go ahead and get started. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. You know why I'm here. Thank you for checking out my intraday/day trade analysis. Let's go ahead and get this party started. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and talk about the US dollar. So we didn't get this push all the way down to 90.763 like how I wanted on the weekly analysis. Let me full screen this. So what I'm kind of actually thinking might have happened was that, okay, price, instead of it coming down to this fib, it could have very much just possibly came over to this fib and bounced off of the 61.8 from where price started taking off with this real impulsive move instead of right over here with this this first impulsive move. That's what it could have very well came down to, which would have been, oops, let me actually put that back over there. And then I will just come closer, which would have been the play right here. Which, if that's the case, then absolutely, yes, I could definitely see why my entry down here was missed. But I wanted to play it out the right way, because when you usually play it out like this shortcut way like this, sometimes you can get bit. But again, this is where the actual impulsive move really started to happen instead of down here. Down here is where price started to turn around, but this is where the impulsive move happened, then the retracement, continuation to the upside. So right now, DXY is back up at these recent highs where I could see possible liquidity being grabbed. But I'm bullish on the DXY, and since I can only assume that this is the fib that it was really coming down to retrace, I'm thinking that it's just gonna go and make a higher high, and 91.766 is gonna be hit soon. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing on the DXY right now. A lot of the setups have already happened. I'm surprised that prices were moving like this during London session in them, but it's all right. It's going over to arbitrage. Go ahead and zoom in. See what are we talking about. Let me go ahead and hide these drawings real quick, and then make sure that I knew it. All right. So DXY is holding up against the compass line on the arbitrage, and then also the momentum line. That's what it's rejecting off of, and the mean line is right on top of that. So that is a perfect resistance. Same thing with where it's at on just like regular technical analysis, right? It's being used as a perfect resistance. So right now, we can only just take this as an assumption that, where is it? So basically, in technical analysis terms, lower danger zone, this is the support, mean line, and also demand zone. Mean line right here is the resistance, also with the momentum and compass line, and then this can be used as a moving support and resistance as well. That's the RSI line. And then this is another resistance as well. If you want to look at it that way, I kind of just don't like drawing it out like that because it just makes things more confusing. But that's kind of how I look at each and every one of these lines. So daily time frame, so far it looks like it's starting to turn around. Weekly, I like how the weekly candle is starting to look, but of course we have so much longer to go with that. Break, retest, continuation to the upside. This played out very nicely, although I probably wouldn't have played this. And yeah, so DXY is basically already made its move, and it's from this sell that it called. It's already saying that, oh, you might want to get out of that, and it looks like it's going to keep going to the upside. So yeah, I think DXY is probably going to just keep going. It's going over to EURUSD. All right, oops. There we go. All right, EU. Same thing, guys. This definitely could have been this play right here, where it's like, oh, where it actually started at. even with this, it didn't even come all the way to the fib itself. It probably just like it stopped the 50% from where it really started to drop. Unless you want to say that, oh well, it really started to drop right here, then even that is still not there. So just this missed. You know, this is just one of those trades where, you know how I say that, oh well, if I miss it, I miss it. It is what it is. That's what is one of those trades at that point. So no need to even look for these anymore, because all I really think that this is gonna do at this point is just keep dropping, you know, because from the swing sell, that's exactly what's playing. That's what's that's why I've been saying it's playing out. Let me actually take a look at that. Where is EURUSD? Oops, I'm tripping. Come over here. Long position. Oh, that was for something totally different. Yeah, so overall, this trade is still going strong, the swing trade, but for intraday wise, I would probably say just to leave EURUSD alone. It's already making its move, and it's probably just gonna end up breaking, or not breaking, but just like with EURUSD, you know, this could be just a potential, oh, I'm about to come in, snatch your guys' wallets real quick before I push back to the upside. It could definitely be that kind of play, right? So let me put on this volume real quick. Yeah, volume isn't even there like that on the 4-hour time frame. It's going to 1 hour. Volume is a little more than average, you know. It's a little more than average. Push this straight down though. Yeah, I don't know. Gonna have to see what EURUSD is gonna do, but for me personally, I am definitely bullish on it. I mean bearish on it. So let's go ahead and go over to arbitrage. He's gonna take that off. 1 hour time frame, called for the sell. 4 hour, still selling. Daily time frame. Same thing, guys, as the DXY, holding right here at this resistance, support. So just watching what it's going to do at this point, but not making any real moves on EU right now. Not at this point. It's already made its move, and it's what it is. Now, actually, look at this. This is probably, this is so hideous. This is probably where a lot of traders probably found an entry though, but I wouldn't have done it like this, personally. Probably got in at this. It's just not bad. It's not terrible, because this is like a good impulsive move right here. Retest, continuation. But again, it's just like with the DXY, like if you want to do it the right way so that you can get the best possible pricing. And so this, unfortunately, I missed, and it is what it is. Next target that I believe this is going to go to, if it does break through this little support that it's at, then it's probably going to come to 1.19644, which again, this could be possibly where it's going to come and snatch everybody's money. And maybe it can be reversing to the upside, but we'll see what happens. Just remember, overall, when you look at the point of control, this doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but overall, the point of control, wow. It's all the way up here, actually. It's interesting on the daily. It's all the way up here, not even down here. 4 hour time frame. Same thing, it's up here. So that's gonna be that's interesting to see. So we'll see what EURUSD has in store for us. Okay, let's go on over to AUDUSD. Dang, there's a whole lot of stuff here. All right, AUDUSD, same thing. One of those trades. It just didn't make it to where I wanted to get in. It probably, hey, same thing. It could have probably just came to reject off of this right here, from this high to this, because 78.6%, where you would have gotten the best possible pricing for an entry, for my entries at least. respected that night very nicely. It's literally zero drawdown, and then price dropped very nicely. Would be taking about 70% profits there, maybe. So, like I said, it just happens. You know, sometimes you just don't get your entry, and you just have to move on. So, with AUDUSD, same thing right here, guys. See a whole bunch of liquidity down here. Price could literally just come. Wait, hold on. Or let me pull out that fib real quick. From that high to this low, price can just come back to this negative 38.2 fib at 0.76648, and then possibly continue going bullish, because overall it is bullish, but it is still holding at this swing that I've had for quite some time now, since like how many weeks ago. So overall, the AUDUSD sell from last week, it's still in play, guys. If you want to trade it, that is. I mean, if you're still in it, then it's still in play. Nothing's really wrong with it. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't fall, unless it's just, like I said, unless this liquidity grab is what's actually going to happen, and then prices continue to happen, it pushes to the upside. Then if price comes back to entry, then we're just going to break it. Then it's just like, okay, break even. You ain't got to get into it, you know? But other than that, again, just got to sit on your hands, wait on it. Don't try to get into anything. Point of control is all the way back up here. So, oh, never mind. Point of control dropped it down here. So that's interesting to see. So, 4-hour time frame. Let's see how on the higher time frames this looks. Yeah, point of control is not where I would like to see it. So just leave it alone. Unless if you're in the swing, by all means, stay in it. But other than that, even with arbitrage, I'm pretty sure it's not going to really give us much. Let me see. Yeah, called for the sell. I wouldn't personally get into that. That's just not for me. I'm pretty sure the 2-hour would agree. Yeah, not for me. 4-hour time frame, break, retest, RSI line continuation. Not for me though. Daily time frame, definitely not for me. So yeah, just wouldn't touch AUDUSD personally until I see some more action on it on the lower time frame. Because right here is just consolidating and stuff. So USDCHF. USDCHF played out nicely, man. Too bad I got stopped out. Got the buy entry right here at 0.975. Price pushed up 30 pips. Move my stop loss to break even. Wait, hold on. Let me actually go to the 1 hour. Show what exactly happened to me. Maybe you're still in the trade, and maybe you're in nice profits. And if you are, congratulations. I mean that wholeheartedly. So, like I mentioned, it could be, this is what happened right here. Got my entry right here. Price pushed up 30 pips. Move my stop loss to break even, or 25 pips, I think. Move my stop loss to break even because I was risking 22 pips. And so 1-to-1 risk reward passed. There's no reason to risk losing money, etc., right? And then so price pushed back down at 4 o'clock, at 1600, 4 o'clock. That's when the spreads on your brokers increase because there is nobody literally trading. There's no volume in the market. So for them to compensate for that, they're going to open the spread so that they can be able to make the money that they'll be potentially losing if there to be some participants still trying to trade and stuff like that, right? Broker is not your friend. So I got stopped out by spreads, and then price pushed up 61 pips. Actually, 63 pips. So yeah. That's devastating for me, but it is what it is. Target of, did it get achieved? Well, it didn't, but basically the negative 38.2 fib has almost been breached. I would consider this wick touching right there. It's like 1 pip away. I would consider that getting touched. So if you are in this USDCHF pair trade, then I would suggest taking profits. And like taking at least 90% profits, and if you want, let it ride. But yeah, that's about it. But definitely do remember this, that on a higher time frame, let me get rid of all this because this is irrelevant to me right now. Except for this, I'm going to hide you. So, yeah, get rid of that first of all. So overall, on USDCHF, 71% fib from down here is playing out pretty nicely. And so I could definitely see price continuing to the upside. Right now it's currently at the 61.8 of the swing. I'm not going to get in, I wouldn't try to get into a swing right here. Just would wait it out, especially with all this right here. But price has definitely broken bear structure on the smaller time frames. So now just got to wait and see what it does over here, right? But this is perfect. Push lower, breakout, retest, continuation. That was nice on USDCHF, honestly. S&P, give you what you need. No, I'm joking, not really. Oh, and the reason I didn't check arbitrage because it's just a whole bunch of bullishness. I'll actually just go back over there real quick just to do it. Weekly time frame. Yeah, I'm gonna need that push to the upside. Daily hasn't called for the buy, and it is holding at this mean line, so you want to be careful. Don't try to just buy into it. It's at a resistance. 4-hour time frame. It called like at 4 o'clock. The alert that I would have wanted would have been down here, not over here. So this is not for me. And everything else is bullish. So yeah, so going over to S&P. Okay, let me get rid of this actually. All right, S&P. So as I had mentioned yesterday with the sell, that I was like, there's nothing really wrong with it. This didn't play out. The head and shoulders, it wasn't really head and shoulders to me. It did play out from this sell box, but I just wasn't feeling comfortable with it, and I still don't feel comfortable with it. I still feel like it could go bullish because look, it's still holding above at this structure that it previously broke to make higher highs. So I'm still mad suspect about S&P, but if you got in at 4202 and you had your stop loss up here, then hey, you won this trade, and that's okay. I'm just like, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to show setups, and if you want to take them, go ahead, and I'll be like, I'll show you that yeah, I'm getting into the trade, but like it's just. And even with this, look at this. From this bullish move to the upside, although this was definitely impulsive, look where price came back down to. If I can get another push back down, which I probably doubt I will, then maybe I would even be looking for buys on USDCHF, honestly speaking. But I am not feeling any type of sell, especially with it just respecting it right here, not going like if it would have broke these lows down here, then yeah, maybe that's a different story. But it didn't end, so I'm bullish on it, but I would have to wait for price to come down here for me to get into it. So like at 4190, I mean, yeah, why not? I'll go ahead and have something out for it. But again, I'm not really crazy over it. Let's see. Okay. So let's see how that plays out. It could definitely really work out well. Like I think because I mean for the past how many weeks that's what it's been doing, right? It's been working out pretty damn well. So if you want to go ahead and get into that 61.8, you could even stack. You know what? In fact, you can stack this position. Like I said, I'm not. Let me even look at the volume before I even try to say to get into anything. Yeah, this volume's not even here off of the fall off or anything like. Nah, I'm not feeling the buy at all. I'm not feeling the sell at all. If you want, you can get in right there. I'd personally want 4186.4, and then hey, if it plays out, then it plays out, because again, this is just extremely bullish, and it's still holding above this huge zone. It's not even huge on the 4-hour, it's just huge on the smaller time frame. Like here, I'll even make it look better. All these wicks that are thrown to the downside, like I honestly don't know. It's just I'm not feeling, like I said, I'm not feeling the buys. And the sells, and I'm definitely not going to try to buy right here. I'd rather wait for a 5 point difference so that I can get better pricing, because 5 points, if you equate it to some brokers to pips, that's 50 pips. So I'm going to go ahead and wait. But yeah, risk to reward on this is a 1 to 3.81. That's pretty nice. But again, guys, I'm not convinced that this is gonna sell. I'm really not. Dow Jones is what even gave me that suspicion even more. So, first of all, this sell I mentioned, I was like, be careful. It was very shiesty. If you have an opportunity, get out early. And indeed, it showed its true colors. What I would prefer, question mark, is for a price to have came back to like the 3396 4.7 or whatever, but that's probably not what's gonna happen, and it's just gonna respect this little fib right here and then keep making higher highs. The US indices are a joke. The US indices are a freaking joke. It's just, I don't know what to do with them. So yeah, 71% fib got hit right on the money. And then price pushed up how many pips after? 113 points after. Sorry, not pips. 113 points. US indices are a joke. So, I doubt this is what this is. I honestly doubt this is what this is. I just personally think that price is going to keep pushing to the upside. Why did I delete what I deleted? Like, holla at me when freaking price gets to 34,385, because that's where I think price is gonna like get to by the end of the week. Honestly, the way how the Dow Jones has been acting lately, I can't say with good faith that this is gonna be bearish. It's definitely pushing to the upside. NAS100, hey, if you down to play off of a support, you can. Just for me personally speaking, if you were to get into this, you would have to have a wide stop loss, but your risk reward would be ridiculous. Like, I would say you put a stop loss like this or something, and you could literally take this thing like as far as the eye could probably see. Because overall, from this, not from anything else, because this looks mad suspect. In fact, let me put volume. Let me see what the volume on that candle looked like. Nope, not that. Okay, this is definitely mad suspect because the volume was not crazy at all. 4-hour time frame. Very bullish. I mean, very bearish volume right there. That's crazy. And nothing happened after that either. Yeah, guys. If I were to say, like, if anything, yeah, it's like, if you just take it from this low to this high that it made, price never really came down anywhere lower than this 61% fib. Once price came up here, it never came down any lower than that. So that's really interesting to see. And I feel like if it did come down over here any lower, then it'll just keep dropping. So for those who are risky, I might actually take this trade and just like throw a small lot size on it to like have a buy on this, just based off of how the other US indices are. But of course, you guys remember, I mean, for those who've been with me for a little bit, for the past like 2 months, let me come down over here. Remember how the US indices, S&P and Dow Jones, were all making higher highs? This is what the NASDAQ was doing. The NASDAQ was dropping as the S&P and in fact, here, let me compare. Let me throw this comparison out here. Candles. Boom. The candlesticks look very interesting, to say the least. Oh, I know exactly why, because that's not what I want. Compare SPX500. Okay. Then change this to candles. 4 hour. So you guys see what I'm saying? Like, as this was dropping not so hard, this dropped extra hard. Let me get rid of volume real quick. This dropped extra hard. Like, it dropped way more than what the S&P looks like. And if I were to add US 30 to the Dow Jones, or US 30 to the case, then same thing. Oops. Get back over here. Candles. Same thing. Let me see if I can get these candles changed so that I'll go black and white with these. Just so you guys can see them a little better. So you guys see the difference? Like, these dropped off a little bit, while technology dropped off a lot. And then as these were making higher highs, these were just like steadily moving. But they moved relatively the same. So now you can see that, look, so now over here, that's when the technology started taking over and was more bullish than these were. So technically speaking, right now the S&P and NASDAQ, they're kind of at a very similar spot. When you compare them on here, it looks like that. Versus the Dow Jones is all the way down here. So it's kind of interesting to see how, when you use the compare tool, how that turns out. Like even here, look, now look, it's just on top, so it's just kind of weird. But I don't know. If you want, like I said, if you're about that life, then by all means go ahead and try it. But it's just pretty risky, because if price drops through here and it doesn't do it, and it's not a stop hunt, then it's just gonna keep, like, it's gonna massively fall. So just be careful with NASDAQ. Personally, let's see if I can find an arbitrage entry actually. I'll set up this 30-minute, and if this calls for a buy, then I'd probably get in. How about that? Let's be safer. Let's be safer and do that. If this calls for a buy, I'll just set it for only once, so that once it pops up, it just pops up. Once this calls for a buy, then we'll look for buys. How about that? Instead of trying to cash this bottom, because if you want, you can cash the bottom, like I said, but it's just a little more riskier. Rather than if you have more confirmations coming for you, then you can get in. Okay, tacos. All right. So Mr. Tacos, first of all, hide, real quick. Hide. Yeah, I still kind of wanted to see price push down low one more time to go to the upside, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But so I'm still gonna hold that there regardless. But I just wanted to show that I don't think it's gonna happen, and if it does, then that'll be better. But if not, it's cool at the same time, you know. Like I said, we've already eaten off of USD Mexican last week pretty nicely. So with that being said, 4-hour time frame, price still needs to break through this. Price still needs to break through this resistance, and I would love to see some type of I would love to see demand just kick in right here, and then price push to the upside. That's what I think DXY is going to do, right? I think DXY is going to keep pushing to the upside. That would help USD Mexican continue going to the upside as well, because I am in this swing buy, and I am in barely any profits compared to the drawdown that I was in. 147 pips. So it's kind of weird though, USD Mexican. pips are definitely calculated differently. So even if you are trading a 0.01, you will not be up $147. I promise you that. So that's for tacos. I'm just in it to win it. Long term wise, it's gonna keep going bullish, I'm pretty sure. 1 hour time frame, it was calling for a sell, but it's probably a fake out. 4 hour time frame, it's out there. Daily time frame, nice. Okay, so you guys said, remember how I said that price is either gonna A, drop down then continue, or it's just gonna keep squiggling, like keep going up, like keep going up. This is most likely what's gonna end up happening. Let's go on to Goldilocks, Mr. Gold. All right. So gold still in this consolidating box. I really wanted this. Grab that, then go down. The bullish volume on this 4 hour candle with this high where price stopped at. I'm still bearish on gold, y'all. I'm going against the grain because everybody in the moment, I'm pretty sure, is bullish on gold right now. I'm pretty certain everybody in them. I mean, except for those retail traders are like, oh, price came to a resistance, it looks like I could sell now. Like, other than that, I don't know, because I also see it this way. Daily time frame, this bullish candle is scary to go up against, and it's an engulfing at that. From all of these, last time we had an engulfing candle, price pushed up higher. So if you are in this gold still from 1775 and you aren't comfortable being in it and you're tired of being in it, then I suggest you get out right now. I'm gonna hold, and if price does end up probably breaking 1805, then I'll probably end up ditching, and then probably even from this sell that I'm in, from the long-term swing sell, I probably get out of it and take my profits, to be quite honest. Or not long-term swing, my position sell, I might get out of it, you know. So let's see, because I could, like I said, I could definitely see this possibility happening right here. Price coming down to 1773 and then pushing back up, but I think it's kind of garbage. I don't like it personally. It's just my personal opinion though. So like I said, if price comes back to 1775, or you want to get out at if you want to get out at 1786, go ahead. But 1773 for the push to the upside could definitely happen. Ooh, that is terrible. I'm with you on this, though, bro. Looking for a spike above 1797 to induce. Yeah. That's exactly what. Oh, you said indices stop hunting? Let me see real quick. Yep. Oh, yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? Yikes. And that, what was I just saying? Don't try to sell this because that's gonna happen. That's like perfect example. Stop hunting. Let me see the volume. Okay, we might actually, let me see something real quick. Yep, volume picking up right, and it's not even 7 o'clock yet. Volume picking up. Stop hunt status. I'm gonna wait for this. I'm probably gonna have to call this in my channel for this type of trade. But yeah, this is definitely, from what I'm seeing, actually it might not even be a stop hunt, because this volume is picking up heavy right now for some odd reason. But we'll see what that does. That's why I said that's why I said I'm not gonna get into it. Like, obviously y'all saw me didn't get into it, so but yeah, gold, like I said, as far as what I could see, this could possibly happen, but I don't like it personally. It just looks sloppy to me. It's not the play for me. I'm still very much bearish on it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, no, it didn't help my stop, because my stop loss on, for the S&P, yeah, definitely, yeah. I didn't even get the alert. Like, that's crazy. The alert didn't even pop up on my screen. It's funny, but it's just like I said, it's just not. It was weird. It was too weird for me. Bitcoin. Hi Bitcoin. What's going on? You wanna be my best friend and come back and fuck with me? So yeah. Price came from this low to the high, retraced to the 61.8% fib. That's pretty nice, but you know, I would rather prefer if it came down to 54,286 and actually give me time to get in the trade, because unless you set a limit here, and unless you were staring at the charts when it did this, and unless you were like, yes, I'm gonna freaking try to catch a falling knife, then hey, you caught that falling knife pretty nicely. But I would have rather preferred if price came down here. I mean, I did it yesterday with USDCHF. I was staring right there, and I saw the volume picked up, and I'm like, ooh, this could be a potential turnaround. Let's see what's up, right? I did it yesterday. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just you gotta pick and choose your falling knives. Like if I see 3 candles that are super bearish, I'm not trying to catch no falling knife. Like right here, this was definitely I wasn't trying to catch this status. I would be like, I gotta wait. Actually, ooh, with this volume barely picking up right here, and then this sudden candle, actually, I probably would have taken a stab at that. Who knows? GJ died. Yes, bro. Come to me, GJ. I'll get there, but I like hearing that. Although I don't know what that GJ about to do though. So yeah, I would rather prefer if Bitcoin can really come back to come and fuck with me and give my entry down at 54,286. But if not, then hey, it is what it is. Again, just like with all the other pairs that I've talked about that we've missed, it's just one of those times where you just like, you know, you didn't get your entry, because there's a lot of people, they got entries right here and they're up about how many pips. There's a lot of people that might be up. They've probably gone up 1,744 pips, and they're currently up 1,000 plus pips. So it's like, congratulations to them if they got that, right? Same thing with Ripple. I really would appreciate it. It came really close to my wanted entry, and honestly speaking, I would have taken a stab at this because Ripple is live. Buy the dip. What you mean? And so this is why, even with flags, that's why I said I don't care for buying down here, because your chances of winning are way slimmer, because you have to just put your stop loss under those wicks, which is just begging for stop hunts to happen, which this kind of was what happened, and then price kept falling down. So that's why I was like, I'm waiting on this. I'm not gonna get in. I'm waiting on it. So yeah, if Ripple can come back and fuck with me at like 1.1400, maybe I'll get in 1.1400. Where did this stop at? 1.4100. Sorry. If it come back to like 1.400, then I'll definitely get in. $1.40. I'll definitely get in. Litecoin. This is an example of when you play a bull flag. So I mentioned it on Sunday. Got the bull flag. Price was coming. If it came back up here, and it could have came back down, but it didn't. I wanted that breakout, the retest. So the breakout, the retest, and the continuation. And what do we have here? Just that. Amazing. This was a beautiful play. Play of the week type stuff. If you want, you could hold it, because remember, I'm not in it, but I had called it. I was in Ripple. From down here back at 221 from this buy, you could still be in this, and you could even take this trade that we're in. It's a short. This is an intraday. This is definitely a day trade, or like an intraday trade, because it hasn't even been 10 hours since we've been in that trade. You could go ahead and like remove your take profit, and you could really take this to the upside. You know, I really do believe that Litecoin is gonna take the fuck off. $3,000, that might be a little too much. I don't even know what I was thinking, but definitely Most definitely. I don't even know how that got up there. That's not definitely where I was taking price at. I was trying to take it up to here. $433, definitely where I'm looking to take this at. And then you can even possibly try to take it to all-time highs. I feel like Litecoin is one of those that are very undervalued, and it is what it is. It's one of those cryptocurrencies. It's just like Ripple, you know. Ripple is super undervalued for what it can do, and it's just gonna take some time and repertoire for it to build up and make people really be like, oh, $316 for one Litecoin. Maybe it could have been like it's like Ethereum type stuff, where it's like, dang, Ethereum was at $29 and I've seen it gone up to $3,000. I wish I would have bought more Ethereum type stuff, you know. So speaking of Ethereum, all-time highs, baby. This thing is just keep going higher, man. This thing and same thing right here, guys. Like, for those who are pretty good at using fibs, you would have identified this. I don't make this stuff up. I just do technical analysis. I don't look at fundamentals that much. I don't really care for fundamentals. I just follow what the chart tells me. 37,000 is probably, 3,700 is probably gonna get hit by the end of this week, if not by the end of tonight. All right, GBPUSD. I took an L on this for sure. I don't even. Oh, by the way, I don't have to look at arbitrage to tell you this bullish. I don't have to tell you that. Like, everything is bullish on. Wait a minute, actually, no, I do have to tell you on Bitcoin and Ripple. I am sorry, guys. This still kind of irritates me about Bitcoin, about seeing this sell, then it retesting like that, and with the daily candle how it closed yesterday, kind of is interesting to me. But 4-hour time frame, I'm gonna go ahead and set this, and if it does go off, then that'll be like, okay, maybe we won't get into any type of sells. So short, create, 1-hour time frame. I wouldn't play that. 30-minute time frame. If you want a secondary entry, sure. Let's see what this does. If you want a secondary entry, I probably might play it for, like, use a very small lot size. Use it as a secondary entry type of thing. For the 30-minute, maybe, who knows, we'll see. Ripple, kind of the same thing. Oh yeah, this is from my buy from last week. Ripple, kind of the same thing. Might play the 30-minute. Depending on how it looks, though. Just depends on how it looks. I'm not gonna. Hold on. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not gonna just hop in, you know. So, but it probably looks the exact same as Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah. Looks the same as Bitcoin. Except for on the daily. Daily looks much better. Alright. Let's go to GBPUSD now. Let's go see what these GEP is talking about. Alright, so GU came into the sell box, rejected off of the 71. I like to consider this double tops. Although the wicks aren't the exact same and the candles aren't the exact same candlestick size, I like to consider that a double top just because, especially where it stopped at and it gave that much of a bearish push, that makes me like, I think this might start to drop some more, which in turn it did. I wish price would have came up a little higher to give me an entry, but it didn't. So, but it is what it is. It's my fault. I literally forgot about it. I still kind of do think, though, that this could possibly be a buy. Because, remember how last week, I could just use this because it doesn't have any use for me. Remember how last week I was waiting for this buy to happen? For a price to come down to the 71% and then it came to the 61? Well, now price is almost there, but I'm low-key suspect about it. Price came over here, but now I'm sus because if I go down to the lower time frames, I'm not selling. I'm not buying, by the way. But if I go down to the lower time frames, then we can see that there's a double bottom right here. Price pushed up. If price really does come back down, so I'm gonna hit the 61.8. But if really price really comes to here and then starts pushing to the upside, then yeah, this might keep going bullish. But I doubt it. I still want to follow price going to the downside. So that's for GU. Unfortunately, I missed it, and it is what it is. That's all nonsense. Daily time frame calling for that buy, but this is whatever to me personally. I don't like how the weekly looks, but it's the beginning of the week, so it's too early to tell. And the 1 hour is about to probably call for an exit on this buy. So yeah, I'm definitely still bearish on GU. Let's go ahead and go over to GJ. Oh, GA, I mean. Alright, GA. Exactly why I didn't want to sell this, because price just ended up pushing back up to these highs. And I'm just going to leave it alone. Like, I don't see anything on here worth trying to even get in, because it's just a whole lot of bullish movement right here at this high. I mean, stop plan probably to the upside, and then I'd probably look for something. But as for right now, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need this. I don't need to really try to trade this right now. So that's for GA. GJ, there we go. Trying to play me. I was getting a little worried, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was seeing price right here, I was like, but then I like this candle that it gave. Let me see this volume. Oh yes, Lord. I like the volume matching up with this. If this candle can close like this in 3 minutes, then we're gonna keep going to the downside. I like the lows that it broke. It makes me very confident that GJ is gonna keep going to the downside. Some drawdown, and you know what happens. But let's keep it pushing to the downside. And I am still in this long-term GJ sell. Let me go to the daily time frame. I mentioned that unless price closes above this upper danger zone, I am staying in this sell. And so, not that one. I don't know why that's still there. This one came very close to my stop loss. I'm still in it. Still pretty red though. 157 pips in the drawdown. So, but yeah, GJ definitely still holding this. Especially, like I said, the way how this is acting. If this continues, then it's lit for me. Let me see if there's any other thing. EURGBP. Well. Broke through here, or broke through these, broke through this low, the support right here, grabbed liquidity. And you know, as much as I don't care for this, it kind of looks like it's not necessarily a morning star, but with this bullish candle right here, Peyton, I don't know if you're trying to buy this, but I don't know if you're trying to get in the sell, bro. I wouldn't do it. It doesn't look very sellish to me. This was the sell. Never mind, you're right. Yeah, the sell already played out. Yeah. Nah, this definitely is yeah, it didn't retrace enough at all. This is definitely, I think this was the liquidity grab. And yeah, we know what we're looking for here now. If price, wherever price stops at, if it stops here or if it stops up here, retracement, that's what I'm looking for. Like no type of cap, because this is not stopping. This is just gonna keep going. So this is the exact reason why I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait on EG. I don't think that it's gonna sell. I'm still very bullish on EG. I don't think that it's gonna come down to where I want it to come down to. I personally would have loved this, but this is just telling that it's gonna keep going bullish. You know, maybe I'm looking for buys. Use to the higher liquidity. Okay, yep. Absolutely. If it breaks these highs, if it breaks these highs right here, that'd be solid for like, okay, breakout, retest, continuation. Let's do it. All right. Any other questions? Just want to look at BAT real quick. Ooh, that volume though. BAT about to take off. Yeah, exactly. It looks just like, especially right here. You just have a bearish engulfing candle on the 30-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame. Oh, what is this? Yeah, bro. I am not feeling this. Even if it doesn't, bro. Even if price literally stops right here and then does the retracement, whatever retracement it does, wherever it stops at, it retraces at. I'm probably gonna play that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just this looks good for a buy, personally. So, but this would be the best play possible. If I can get that breakout, then retest. Oh, that would be magnificent. I am not entering the trade for I am not entering a trade for S&P Dublin. I'm definitely gonna be patient on it because, yeah. Look at, as we can see, high volume right here, but it could definitely still play out, but I'm just not going to try it myself right now, you know? We're gonna wait personally, see what it does for the next couple of hours. Let's look at the Dow Jones as well. I mean, still at the 71%, rejected off of the 78.6. If you really want to take that risk, y'all can really, like I said, this NASDAQ is still in play. You could take that risk, but just know I'm really feeling stop punish about it, and I would have to see probably like a 15-minute candlestick pattern. Like if I can get like a bullish engulfing candle right here, then maybe I'll get into NASDAQ. 5-minute time frame, you already have, and this for NASDAQ. 5-minute time frame, you already have the bearish candle. You had the doji bullish engulfing candle. There's your morning star. Then you go. I'm about to be painting real quick. So then, from this bullish move, if you can get price back to 13,689, possibly even right here, if you would have gone into this, you could have been a little bit in profit or whatever. 13,689.3 would be probably a solid entry, and then again, just have your stop loss really low because I think this is a stop point and price is going to keep going to the upside. And if that's not what it is, then you don't have to risk that much because I don't even think risking a lot is worth it on this trade. And likewise, Dow Jones, same thing. Like, you just gotta look at the bearish candlestick patterns, and then you just gotta look for more price action on the higher time frames for me personally, for me to be more comfortable trying to get into any buys. Can you look at AUDCAD? Sure thing. Oops. Alright, I'm gonna do a little top down. I don't know when's the last time I looked at this thing. Yeesh. Alright. AUDCAD. Alright, so first and foremost, I want to point out that this is just chilling at this little spot right here. They actually probably did. No, I like this better. I thought I had it better. Alright, so price dropped down over here. Very bearish for the past couple of days. I don't like using this trend line, but I'm going to. That obviously got extra broken. I don't want to try to find a trend line. For visual representation only, you can use that right there as 1, 2, 3 touches right there. If price respects that, then absolutely you can take it to the upside. I hate that I'm using trend lines for that. But then if it's just usually the same thing I always say, right? if I really start to see a trend line get violated, then that's going to make me want to really be like, okay, I'm not going to try to get into a trade or anything like that, but I'm not going to try to play this either. But I just think that if price starts to like really break out of this trend line, that would be a sign for you to say, okay, maybe I'm not going to have a bullish opinion on this right now. I have a bearish one. The fib from this, look, I mean, I like this right here. You have the bearish candle and then a bullish engulfing, then price just continue pushing to the upside. I like seeing that all the time. And then we have price pushed down to the 71% fib, and it rejected off of that nicely, which lines up with both of this support and the trend line, which is low-key sus to me, but it's on the daily time frame, so I'm still gonna play it cool. Go on to the 4-hour time frame. See what it did here. Oh my goodness, that 4-hour candle with this much volume and then not enough volume for down here. Same type of same thing as kind of with this is what I'll actually be looking for on like the NASDAQ and stuff like that. This is the type of setup that I would want to see on that, where you get good bullish movement to the upside and you want price to come back down. Still very much bearish, by the way, before I finish that thought, this is still very much bearish, and it could still very much push down all the way and make lower lows. But based off of what I saw on the higher time frame, this is still going to be considered bullish. But the lower time frames are definitely starting to say, hey, I'm starting to turn around. You might want to reconsider that. But overall, like I mentioned, you can probably wait to see price if it comes down to 0.94781 and then push up to 0.95634 and them, right? So that's what I would look for personally, and that's kind of the same type of setup that I would want to see on AUDCAD, right? Oh, and Dovlin, if I'm saying your name right, no problem. Forgot to answer you. So yeah, this is what I see on AUDCAD on here. Let me go see on arbitrage. So daily time frame called a day sell 2 days ago. 4-hour time frame, nothing setting up on that. I promise you, the 1-hour time frame called for a buy though. Oh, it did, but this calling for a sell. So yeah, wait for that retracement. That's what I would consider. Probably the retracement is going to be at the lower danger zone right here, and if it does, then I mean, I'm not going to trade it, but it looks good for a buy. I think it's going to possibly buy long term, and if it was, then this would be my entry. And it's like I said, if I start to see this trend line getting violated and it actually breaks on the daily or something like that, then that's when I'm like, I'm out of there. USDZAR, okay. That's something that I don't really trade. All right. Oh, this is how you know I haven't traded this in a long time. Last time I traded this is back in 2020. Yeah. Or last time I looked at it at least. Okay, so first of all, daily time frame, ZAR looks very similar to USD Mexican. It made this very bullish move to the upside and it made this retracement down here. Not using that. I'm not using fibs on that though. This is very, very, like I said, it looks very similar to USD Mexican. In fact, I'm going to use the compare tool. USD Mexican. Line chart. You see how the line chart like literally reflects how it looks? Now let me go and put it on to candles. You guys see how it's moving very similar? And that's just probably due to the influence of the US dollar, right? And so, with USD South African Rand, what I would do, I would honestly just wait for if price is going to break out. I wouldn't necessarily try to sell this, although it does look pretty solid for a sell, to be quite honest with you. I wouldn't do that necessarily because of how price has broken these lows down here. You know, I would wait because it just looks like it could literally start to sell from here. But I'm not bearish on the US dollar, And I don't think that the South African rand can ever compete with the bullish US dollar. So yeah, I would just rather wait for a better looking setup on this. Like trying to, especially if you're trying to buy at a resistance. I mean, sell at a resistance right here. For all you know, it could be just a liquidity grab. It could literally just be a liquidity grab. And then you could wait for a possible move like this. Where, hold on. What am I doing? No, get out of here. Hold on, I'm gonna have to hide this real quick. I'll answer that right now. I wanted to show you. You could just wait for a possible move like this where price tries to do a stop hunt and then drops, retest, and then continue with the downside if it's going to be a sell. But if it's gonna be a buy, then I definitely wouldn't even try to like get in. I would just wait for a breakout and then like wait for a clean move to the downside and then continuation back up, right? That's what I would look for personally on this right now, because again, like I said, it looks like USD Mexican, and if I were to try to get into a trade on USD Mexican right now, I would have to wait on that as well. Let me go on to arbitrage and see what it has. 30-minute time frame, bullish. 1 hour time frame, just called for a buy, literally like 10 minutes ago. 4 hour time frame, it called for a buy. Yeah, it looks like the signs are pointing to buys. And the daily time frame hasn't called for a buy, and it's climbing up to this. So this is another reason why you would definitely not want to even try to get in right now, because that RSI line is right there, and if price goes over there to that RSI line and rejects, then it's gonna drop. So just be patient on it. Personally, weekly time frame, same thing, extremely bearish. So it's bullish. The smaller time frames are starting to switch sentiment to bullish, but it's not quite there yet. So hope that helps. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, cool. No problem. Awesome. Glad it made sense. Glad it made sense. All right. Any other questions? Nope. All right. Well, thank you guys for checking out my analysis. I'm gonna probably, like I said, I'll be in the chats. In my chat, I'll probably try to send out to arbitrage chat and send it out to other chats that I'm in. If I see anything that I'm liking, that I'm getting into, then I'll go ahead and let you guys know. But other than that, from what I've said, I'm just gonna stick with that. So with that being said, later y'all, deuces. Y'all have a good rest of the day, and let's make some money.